small town. I grew up.
Hello artists, today we're looking at a sketch that is mostly just Sharpie. I did use a wide chisel marker, black permanent also. It's all about two types of lines. There are more, but what types of lines do you see the most in this drawing? What type of line is this, or this, or this, or these? Could say wavy. Some of these are zigzag, but these are wavy, curvy lines. Then we have lots of diagonal lines. See those? Lots of diagonals. So we have verticals. We do have horizontals. The windows show vertical and horizontal. The roofs show diagonals. We have curvy lines and we have zigzag lines. Diagonal, vertical, horizontal, curvy, zigzag. We've got all five. And then there are dots, which is the sixth line or what have you. So I even put a modeled brick or shiplap where the wood comes together and a new piece starts. So we have a symmetrical landscape. It's pretty much balanced. It's close. It's off just a little bit at the top. That's okay. We're going to start with the bottom line and move up and do all the parts first, and then we'll do the details. Here we go. So in this drawing, I see at the bottom is a horizontal line. Please say horizontal. All right, let me put this to the side and start the new thing. So I'm using this chisel brush, and I want to make sure you can see it. I want to leave a little bit of room at the bottom. Try to go straight across. All right. Then I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4 roofs. That's already different than that. So it's tricky to draw things exactly the same, but I'm trying. I'm getting better every day, I think. Practice is at the middle, not quite. And so then it's not as big of lines up here. Draw this one out, and then I can have it go about the same. I don't know if I wanted to do that or not, but I did. So correct that. And then I've got a cloud. All right. So I have most of the shapes. There's one that goes here, and it's a thinner line, so I'm using my Mr. Sharpie here. Something like that. So it's close. Then we have some little houses on the hillside made of ticky-tacky. We want 3 to be the same shape, diagonals on top, verticals on the sides to make it stand. So if you're doing a simple shape, it's pretty easy to repeat and be just about exact. If it's a complex thing like the face of a tiger, it's pretty hard to make it the same. I don't know why I picked that out of my head, but that's an organic thing is harder to draw than a geometric thing, I think. And then, so I'm looking at what I'm doing to make sure I'm not missing anything. And these ziggy zags are just like this. Just try to pattern it in. Does this remind you of any place? It's out of my head. I was trying to come up with an idea for these types of lines, and I do like to doodle or just draw. And so that's how this came about. A lot of my ideas are just, they start with simple shapes or just an idea that you have for something. I kind of got the idea from this off of a lesson that we did of folk drawing, and that's what made me come to this. Now I'm putting some little dots in here, and it's just showing where the hill is. And it's not going to be exactly the same on both sides. You can probably tell that. And that's okay. We're just going for close. Now, one thing that's weird, 2 doors, 2 houses, these 2 are the same, these 2 are the same. So I'm reversing where the door and the window is. I'm flipping it. It's backwards of each other. And that marker fills things in really quickly. Special Office Depot permanent marker there. Now, it's fun on the roof to make one side thicker. This is the darker side of the roof, we're saying. And then you got a mark, it's a shingle. Just go straight over, just real small lines for the shingles, and then this is on this side. Gives it a little bit of difference. And then we can do the details, and we're almost done with this. Now, I made these black in the middle, and you can do it any way you choose to. What I'm looking for today is the drawing like this, and you don't need to color everything in with the color, and you don't need to add color to this. If you want to, you sure can. I think for this one, I'm gonna go every other one and fill it in. So that means this one, and then this one, and I'm going to do it the same. So this one, skip one, and this one, skip one, and then this one in the middle, right? So then we have a pattern of our houses. So I guess you could say we're patterning and using curvy lines with zigzag lines and diagonal lines, those slanted lines, and we're using dots also. But we're also using thick and thin lines. So that is a hump, that is a hump. See, that space is different than that. And yeah, there's not really a way to fix it. There is, but I'm not gonna get too involved into it because it's just a drawing. No stress. And I'm drawing these marks just to show how it grows, I guess, or the way the light hits it maybe. You can justify it any way you like. And then here's the detail on the house. Just draw a square, and you want it to be the same height and same size probably, just about anyway. Draw a plus sign in there. A little thicker on one side, which is fine. And then these lines are real thin. Look at how quickly and thin. And I lift up a little bit. And then put a mark every now and then, just to show, hey, this is wood, or this is a type of wood on my house. Just little details. And they're not going to be the same because these are details. Light will hit it differently, make it look a little different. So then this window is here. I want it to be the same place, but opposite side. So it's flipped. And then these thin lines, and they add a lot to it. They add weight to the bottom of this drawing, and there's more dark or black down here. So it's got more weight. It sits there. The bottom of this piece won't float away because it's dark. I know that's an odd concept probably, but weight or gravity makes the painting, the bottom of this anchored. It sits here really nice. I'm gonna thicken this line too. And this is just a technique that we do when we make a landscape to make things look wider or thicker. So that's what we've got, something like that, and that's fine. I think I have all my details. There's a few dots here. I've changed a few things around. I'm putting a few dots here. And then this would have the dots on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I kind of goofed that, flipped it. It's interesting to think about as you do. There's really nothing going on here. It's kind of a resting space in the piece. And then if I wanted to, I could color all these parts in, which would be kind of fun, but I don't need to. This is all about lines. Redrawing this line because I noticed it was kind of wonky, not so straight. And then that adds a little bit of weight to it also. So I hope you've enjoyed drawing along with me. Maybe you want to pause it right here and finish up what you're doing. Which house do you live in, the front or the back? Was it a white house or a black house? Would you want to live on a hill? Would you want to live at the bottom of a valley? It's a pretty exciting little town to live in, it looks like. And so hopefully you've enjoyed doing this. This was a fun sketch for me to do using curvy lines, zigzag lines, dots, wavy lines, diagonal lines, vertical lines, horizontal lines, cloudy shapes and straight shapes, and a few dots and directional lines. We've alternated our doors on this side to flip on this side, so it's almost like a mirror image back and forth. There we go with my little town. Little pink houses for me and you, everybody. Take care.